this is all about how we get Cody in and out of her chair. And we chose this sling because it is made of a fabric that's slippery. There's advantages and disadvantages, but what you can see is there is an outside and there's an inside. The outside is the one that has all of the handles on it, so to speak. And that's just something that you can grab a hold of. So what I like to do is kind of fold it in half and run it lengthwise. So you know it's lengthwise. This tab goes on the outside at the back, at the top. And I fold it and place it kind of off to Cody's side. And then what we're going to do is recognize that we want to bring this under Cody. So always best to use a hand here, you know, on her upper thigh, and then maybe on her shoulder. And then what you're going to do is you're going to bring this, slide this through, always making sure that this is going to be below her bottom. And keep it kind of flat as we go. Hi, Code. All right, so we're going to roll her back over. And then we're going to gently do the same thing and roll her to the opposite side so that we can slide the fabric underneath. I always like to make sure that everything is nice and smooth so we can get a really good, and again, I'm going to lift her leg gently, well supported. So you can see here, I'm going to lift her left leg, make sure it's well supported. And then what I'm going to do is bring this in under her leg, this in under her leg. All right, so we have these two parts that have the smallest tabs on them or the smallest hooks on them. And I'm going to cross them over first of all. Then I'm going to lay them like this. And just make sure that everything else is in place nicely. You can see the differences.
Did you hear what?
Did you hear me? How am I doing so far? Am I doing good? Yeah? All right, thank you. Then I'm going to take this. See how I crossed it over? Put this one in here. And I'm going to take this one and place it in the opposite. And I'm going to just leave it like that right now until I get the motor. Ta-da! And this motor, we have to make sure that it's been plugged in. And you can see there is a little green button here and a little button here. So what you're going to do is, and there's an on and off switch, and there's also a place to keep it charged. We'll talk about that in a minute. But on this device, there is green to turn it on. So you just simply press it once, and that's what you're going to do when you want to activate the motor. Until then, though, I'm going to place these straps starting from the bottom and going up. Now, some would say that you should decrease the hook position as you move up the body. I tend to do it at the final position. And there's not a perfect answer to that. I think that you just learn to kind of make sure that Cody is safe first and foremost. Now, I find getting this out of the way really helps. So I'm going to set it aside. Yes, Cody? What do you want to say?
Did you hear what Cody said?
I have no clue. What did Cody say?
Hi, Mom.
Hi. So sometimes you have to raise and lower this when you're getting Cody on. Always be mindful that if you put too much pressure on it, it could swing forward, could hit her, and you never ever want to lower this too close to her body because it's very heavy, extremely heavy. I would say this is probably at least 50 pounds. If this landed on her and you didn't turn the switch off, you could actually cause some damage to her ribs and her chest.
Hi, Mom.
All right, hi, honey. So I've gone to the smaller hook at the top. Just want to double check, smaller hook. Hi, Code. So again, I often will put my hand, Rob, right here, just to ensure that there's no way that the motor could bang her face. All right, so now, Cody, we've got the motor again. As I said, we're going to turn it on by pressing the green button once. And then there's a down and an up arrow. Cody, what are we going to do to get out of bed? Are we going to press it down or press it up? Up, that's right. Would you like to help me?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to push the button or do you want to push it?
Me.
Okay, so do you want to hold it with me then? Okay, so we're going to press it together and we're going to go up. So what I do first and foremost, I hold my hand under her head to make sure that it's supported. And then I kind of watch to see what's happening here to make sure that, you know, because of the slipperiness of this fabric, it's her bottom doesn't stay in position very well. It slides forward. However, hi. Hi, are you comfortable? Do you need to go higher or are you fine? Just
Higher.
you want to go a little bit higher. Okay. Always keep in mind her feet. So, again,
I need to stick there.
you want to shake someone's hand. Can we do that when you're done? And we want to also make sure that her arms are on the inside of the sling. Okay? Okay. So, those straps at the back are good for kind of bringing her across. Can I set this inside here, Cody? Would that be all right? I want to make sure it's kind of out of the way of everything. And it gets easily twisted up, Code.
Mommy.
But that's life. It's knotted a little bit. That's okay. We're going to untie it. Get it out from underneath your elbow.
May I ask you,
Could you ask me a quick question?
how is Cody feeling?
She's good. So you can see here why I chose to crisscross it. It just gives that extra protection from Cody ever being able to slip out right here, right?
See.
All right, Code. Who's holding on to this while I move you towards your chair? You or me? Can I tuck it here then? All right, so you'll also notice that we have reclined her chair because when she goes into it, you want her to be able to move comfortably over and also, make sure the chair has been aligned so that it lines up nicely with the track. Again, from the back position, you can see how there's these straps and this one. I'm going to just kind of make sure she's aligned over the chair so that she just slides into it nicely. All right. You feel like you're in a hot air balloon, don't you? And Cody, now we're going to start the descent. So that means we're going to press the button to go where? Up or down?
Up.
No, you're already up, goofball. How about we go the opposite, which is?
Down.
That's right, down. And I'm kind of guiding where it's going as I'm lowering. You can see her feet are first to take position in, and then her backside. And watch as we go. See, I could lower this further, but I really only like to lower it until I know I've got enough leverage on the straps to begin removing them. And I always start at the top.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, honey.
Did you?
And I hold on to the motor so that I know, once again, it's not likely to go wham and bam into her.
I need a hug.
All right, I'm going to replace the switch, and I'm going to move it out and around behind her to get it safely out of the way. Okay, Code. So again, we're going to reverse the process. I'm going to take the straps off the same way that they went in. Uncrisscross. Again, gently lift her leg to remove from underneath her thigh. And gently lift her other leg to remove it. And at this point, I know that she's safe and secure in the chair,
Mommy.
but I want to put her seatbelt on just to be absolutely certain that she is well secured. And I'm not concerned about her feet so much right now, but what I would probably do is ask her if she wants her shoes on. And these help to kind of keep her feet in a position. You can see there's that, unfortunately, this isn't the ideal footrest. That unfortunately, there's some discrepancy even in leg length with this beautiful custom chair we have here. But we won't go into too much of that detail right now. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise her up. Code, are you comfortable at that point? And I'm going to start to begin to remove the
I need to ask Mom
harness.
something.
And I like to do a little bit on each side, a little bit at a time. Again, That's okay. That's just a cover for the brake. Not a big deal. And now here we are. It's been removed.
Can I have
And once that's done, the best place to keep it, fold it up, keep it out of the way, and there's a basket right here that it goes into. And here's the charger to keep the motor charged. It's usually plugged in at night. This fits in right here to charge it. So the last thing you want to do is need to get Cody into her chair quickly and have a motor that's not charged. That wouldn't be good. And also, this is the time that you could turn it off while it's being charged. Okay? So I'm not going to do that right now because I believed it was charged for the day. Do I know what you said? I'm not sure. So going back to Cody, I want to make sure that sometimes her clothing gets, bunched up a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of go in and check and see if she's, I love you too. Thank you. Make sure that she's comfortable because nothing's worse than having clothing that's bound up on her. And also we want to make sure she's comfortable. So Cody, you're in your chair now. Would you like shoes on or do you want to leave your shoes off?
on?
On. Okay. Would you like to choose your Uggs or would you like to choose slippers or would you like to choose something else?
Slippers.
Slippers. Good choice. So Cody does have a closet, but often the shoes are here and that's good. That's fine. So should we put the right one on first or the left one on first?
The right one.
Oh, good choice. You're really making good informed choices tonight, Cody. And sorry, Mom's got a bum knee right now, so I'm going to help you. And again, just gently. She needs some assistance. So just to protect her feet, I tend to want to hold her leg, tuck it back in, put the strap on, more for protection of her so that her feet aren't hanging out and potentially bumping into things. Hi, cutie patootie. So we've got the left slipper coming on, and we are now going to make sure that the left leg is nicely positioned on your footrest, and we're going to buckle it in. Cody, would you like to wear your tray now, or do you want to leave your tray off? Tray on or tray off?
On.
On. Good choice. All right, can I go and get it for you? There's any number of places it could be, but just happens to be there against the wall. And Cody, when you have your tray on, do you feel more safe and secure?
I need something from my dad.
Well, you can get something from Dad because you answered my question. Do you like your tray on because you feel more safe?
Yeah.
Yes. Because Cody's visually impaired, be mindful of the fact that this is part of her personal space. It's as though it's her leg or her arm. It belongs to her, just like your chair belongs to her. And it just is the device that helps her to be mobile. But be careful not to pile things on her tray. This is part of her. It's an extension of her. Right, Cody?